Hey, coming to you in an impromptu video. You can maybe see a little bit of the clouds behind me. I'm just sitting here in my living room reflecting on life, caregiving, leadership, family, societal norms and expectations, and just the world we live in and how difficult things have been lately through this caregiving tour that I've been on. And not that there's any other place that I would want to be or that I wouldn't want to be on this journey to support my loved one, but it's been tough. It's been tough. And on my heart is what we carry as entrepreneurs, what we carry as executives and leaders, what we carry in trying to not burn out. Just, I sit at the intersection of being a Black woman, a wife, a friend, a business owner, a daughter, a sibling, a consultant, and really realizing that there's such a space to be held for these things. And I think about as a people and culture consultant to my clients and just in my community about the things that we're expected to hold, how much we're expected to hold. And the times I've put my business a couple of times, at least at minimum for a week. And there have certainly been times outside of that for caregiving and travel because I don't have the luxury of living near all of my family. But part of the reason we moved back was to be closer to the majority of our family as we ourselves age. And as we think about prioritizing family, not that we always haven't, but it just, when you realize that you have aging parents and you have even younger nieces and nephews and friends' kids who are growing up before your eyes, you want to prioritize where you spend your time at an even deeper level, right? That's always been a value of mine, but now it's even deeper. And when I think about what I have to hold as an HR practitioner for my clients for tough times, how they navigate employee relations, how we build strategy for clients that I have for executive coaching, even in the different ways and services that we offer at CEPHR. And what I need as a human, as a leader, as an executive, as a business owner, as a small Black woman-owned business owner is in this environment and with everything happening geopolitically is a lot. Preservation of my mental health and prioritization of my family are key. But I am still a business owner and I am a leader and I role model that through values alignment. It's why CEPHR is a boutique firm. So when we look at the different ways that we show up, I want to show up a certain way. I have a very values aligned personal brand, professional brand. That's all very important to me. And you really start to realize what you can move. And there are also myths about being an entrepreneur and how flexible your schedule is. My husband and I don't have children. There are assumptions made about how much time we have, how much more time we have, all of the societal norms, some of the things that people say to me that I must not have wanted children, or just different assumptions that people make, which is why it may be important, fun fact, to just caution around the way that we frame things. We don't know what people's stories are, and we don't know how much weight they're holding. So this was just impromptu for me. Maybe I should have done a LinkedIn Live. I don't know. Maybe I'll figure out a way to get that there. But from my heart to yours, from my little corner and piece of the world to yours, to just share that kindness is the way, y'all. There have been some ugly things from multiple facets of my life that have occurred over the years, and even in this particular caregiving journey that have made it more complicated than it needed to be. And at the end of the day, I roll authentic. I will always be me, and I never want to make a decision that's the wrong decision. You're not going to make 100% of the right decisions all the time. And that's not what I'm implying here. What I'm saying is I always want to do things that at the end of the day, I can sleep at night. I can look myself in the mirror every single day and say, I never did something intentionally to harm anybody. I did not want to cause trauma. And let me tell you, even through this journey that I've been on, I have experienced extreme trauma to the point that I have felt it in my body because other people have chosen to do the wrong thing or say the wrong thing or not practice kindness and compassion. At the end of the day, I want to not wake up with regret because I didn't live within my values, both professionally and personally. And those are things that we really need to keep in mind when we think about how we interact with each other and our intersections with each other as humans. That is one thing that AI can never take away from us, is our choice in making decisions that uphold people, that have them feel seen, heard, valued, appreciated, celebrated, and free from harm, not harmed. I never want to make a decision that's going to harm another human. And if I do, one thing that I've discovered across this past month or so, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, however long, year, it's really been, more intense of a caregiving journey of the last year, but is accountability and the importance of that, and making sure that we own what we say we're going to own. And communication is key. I recently said this in a post. I've done a video as well, kind of more recently, on caregiving, and I will continue to share it because as I'm talking to friends and family members, colleagues, so many of us, especially in Gen X represent, I'm 50, I just turned 50 in April of 2026. And so understanding that I myself am aging and that we have we're the sandwich generation of folks who are caring for others, who maybe are elder parents, right? We need to understand that it takes a lot to do this. It takes a lot as a business owner, a leader. So organizations out there, be kind, be compassionate, understand that what people are going through, there may be a lot. I know that I'm dealing with a lot of invisible labor that people don't see, whether that's in my family, my clients. There's a lot that's happening. And I just have to take this moment to thank my clients for the grace to say, be with your family, do what you need to do. We will figure it out. The flexibility. And yes, we have that as entrepreneurs, but think about what a world it would be if we took accountability, if we showed more compassion, if we communicated for impact and with the person first in mind. What a different world we would live in. And so I just thank you for listening to my little mini, 7 minutes and 15 seconds now at this point talk. And I'm not really sure what I'll do with this, likely put it up on YouTube, but just I feel this responsibility to share. And part of it is because it makes me feel good to have some impact, to share some inspiration and some encouraging words for folks who are going through hard stuff. And it's good to say the quiet part out loud, as I always say, because we don't always talk about these things. We don't always talk about them in society. And sometimes the quiet parts need to be said out loud. So go out there, make a difference. Do not harm people in your experiences. Assume positive intent. Really practice compassion and think about the human first, the person behind the words you're about to say, the extra layer of EQ, emotional intelligence, thought, leadership before you say something. And I hope it's an amazing day for you. I hope that people are kind to you, and I hope that you are kind to others.